Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio here. My name is Chief, as always, and we're going to talk about college football this week. And alongside me, as always, is Mike Honcho. How you doing today, Mike Honcho?
Doing good. How's it going?
Oh, it's well, I can't say it's getting cold down here in Louisiana, but I wouldn't want to live up north right now.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, pretty cold up there. I don't think I could take it.
Nope.
Well, all right. First game we're gonna get down to number 1 Oregon versus number 14 Stanford. Who you got in that game?
I got Oregon, but if when Oregon wins, that will prove to me that they belong in a national title game. And if they stay undefeated, they lose to Stanford. Well, we all know what's going to happen. But if they beat Stanford, they belong in a national title game.
I would agree with you on that one as well. But I believe that you can count if Oregon wins this game, they deserve to be in it, okay? Because they have beaten USC, they should have the easiest schedule to get through, and they should just get in there. I think Oregon's gonna make it there, okay? I don't know about Notre Dame. That's the only one I got a question mark on. Well, next game up is Kansas State versus Baylor. Who you got?
I got Kansas State winning this one, and Kansas State is my dark horse if Oregon does not make it there. Because I think Alabama's going to end up in the national title game if they stay undefeated. I mean, if they stay just winning games, the rest of their games is going to be Alabama and Oregon. But one more word, Alabama loses Kansas State.
Well, Alabama's ranked number 4 right now, okay? They lost last week to Texas A&M. Very good game, I have to say that. But you know what? There's a possibility that Alabama could jump if let's say Notre Dame is the big puzzle piece in this whole thing, because if or actually Notre Dame and Kansas State and Oregon, you can say this too. They might make the argument Alabama could be like, okay, we got one loss, playing toughest conference in America. Let us in this game here. If one of those fall, I would not be surprised if the SEC team jumping over one of those, just based on the conference strength. But
you know, see, that's just be jumping over them if they don't. He's going to fight that Notre Dame if they stay undefeated. You can look at their schedule. You can thought, well, their schedule wasn't all that hard this year.
Yeah.
Then you can go all the way to Kansas State and say, well, they had a good game. Yeah, they had a lot of good hard games to play. But they never had as good of a schedule as Alabama did with the teams they faced. Alabama was jumped before Kansas State that they're still undefeated. So I mean,
but as it sits right now, I don't believe Alabama should get a national championship game.
I don't believe Alabama should be in it either, based on the fact that they got teams that are undefeated. But Alabama did have the hardest schedule to face this whole year. So, I mean,
I wouldn't say Alabama had the hardest schedule to face, because you could count Michigan. Michigan ain't nothing like they were.
Michigan wasn't like, yeah, I could say that. And I could see that, but they faced the LSU team they barely beat. I don't think they should.
Actually, let's rephrase that. Alabama, really and truly, if you look at all the statistical categories, they really lost that game. Same against Texas A&M. They really and truly, they were dominated by LSU, but in those statistical categories. But the points on the board is what counts. And
yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, who has the most points? It never comes up to statistics.
Yeah, well, let's get back to the thing here. All right, number 3, Notre Dame versus Wake Forest. Who you got?
I got Notre Dame to win that game. If Notre Dame loses that game, then they're gonna just shut up everybody, and Notre Dame's not gonna go nowhere.
I think Notre Dame's gonna win. I think Notre Dame's gonna win that one as well. Well. Next game coming up, number 4, Alabama versus Western Carolina. Who you got?
I would love to say upset, but there ain't no way in hell Alabama's going to lose 2 straight games and then to a Division 2 or 3. I don't know if Division they in, but they ain't going to win. Alabama's going to smash Western Carolina.
I think Alabama is going to win this game as well. Number 5, Georgia versus Georgia Southern. Who you got?
I got Georgia to win this one, of course.
I'm going to go with Georgia on this one as well. Number 6, Ohio State versus Wisconsin. Who you got?
I got Wisconsin. After what I saw they did to Indiana, I picked Wisconsin to beat Ohio State.
I would go with you on that one, but I think Ohio State's going to win this one here, because it's going to be a very good game. I'll be honest with you. Even though Ohio State ain't playing for the BCS or nothing, we're doing the coaches poll, so they are, well, Actually, there no AP poll. My bad. Ohio State's in ranked in that. So number 7, Florida versus Jacksonville State. Who you got?
I would almost love to say that Florida might. Florida's been a B1 team. I'd say Florida would lose, but since they're playing D2 team, they're gonna win because UL almost beat them. UL should have went to overtime, but they got robbed because the blocked punt. But I think Florida wins.
You know what? Last week we were saying that Yale did not have a chance against Florida.
And I didn't think so at all, but they proved me wrong, and I will say it right now.
Yeah, I say that game too. I think if you look at Florida and everything else, okay, Florida is number 7 in the country, all right? If UL wins that game, could you imagine the backlash everybody with that whole coaching staff would get?
Yeah, I mean that has been really. I mean, and on homecoming, UL really should have went to overtime, but that block punt is what shot us in the heart with that right there.
Yeah, it ruined everything, as you can see. I mean, hey, number 7 Florida and everything else. That was a heartbreaker for UL fans to watch. I mean, if you really look at it and everything, it is really and really not fun at all. Okay, next game we got on the list is number 8 LSU versus Ole Miss. Who you got?
I got LSU beating Ole Miss. Unfortunate. Well, not unfortunately. I like LSU to win, but I'm hoping next week Ole Miss can somehow beat Mississippi State, so Ole Miss can go bowling.
I hope LSU. Well, I think LSU's gonna win too, but I don't know. It really don't bother me if Ole Miss goes to a bowl or not, but it's whatever. Number 9 Texas A&M versus Sam Houston State. Who you got?
It's easy. Johnny Football is going to lead Texas.
Johnny Manziel. You know what? I really believe he's outperformed Colin Klein, and I think he should win the Heisman this year.
I don't because based on the fact he's a freshman.
Just based on you cannot name another player than him that's actually had a better season than him.
But I just finished watching college football live or something like that. And they're talking about should he win it over Colin Collins. And one of the things that they said was not a reason why he should win it was because he was a freshman. I mean, I forgot who they said, but was one of the best, had the best freshman running back season. And they're not winning the Heisman because he was a freshman.
You see, I think that is wrong beyond belief. To just say you're a freshman, you don't. Well, then, what's the point of even him being in a contest if you can't win it because he's a freshman? You know, I mean, hey, a freshman can outperform a senior, you know, and a junior and a sophomore. We've seen this multiple times.
I can see that, but my point is that somebody like Calvin Klein needs to win it because he's a senior. He ain't gonna have another opportunity to win it if a real Heisman performer will have a good year each year. So I would not even have to stress about Johnny Manziel because he going in next year or the next or the next.
Okay, there's a major flaw in your theory, though. What happens if Johnny Manziel gets injured in the next 3 years, or he gets injured next year and can't play football ever again?
Well, I mean that's a bad luck happened to him. I mean, I see that, yes. But this is Calvin Klein's last season. We know that for a matter of fact. This is last season.
All right.
If he's a Heisman.
Okay. Number 10, Florida State versus Maryland. Who you got?
I got Florida State coming off.
Florida State as well. Number 11, Clemson versus NC State. Clemson's got it. Number 12, South Carolina versus Wofford.
South Carolina.
South Carolina as well. Oklahoma versus Western Virginia.
This is going to be a really close one, but I'll be going with Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma's going to win that one. Oregon State versus Cal. Who you got?
Oregon State.
I got Oregon State as well. Nebraska versus Minnesota. Who you got?
Cornhuskers.
Nebraska's going to win it. UCLA versus USC. Who you got?
Oh, I would love to be able to say UCLA's going to win, but USC.
You know what? I think some people pick USC to win, but, you know, I'm going to go with UCLA. I think they may get him this week. Louisiana Tech versus Utah State. Who you got?
Let's go. Let's not take Bulldogs.
Them Bulldogs up and resting are going to get the win today. Rutgers versus Cincinnati. I got Rutgers as well. Michigan versus Iowa.
Michigan.
Michigan, Big Blue. Texas Tech and Oklahoma State.
Texas Tech.
I got Texas Tech as well. Kansas State versus Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
You got Bowling Green?
Upset.
Upset? You know what?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with you on that upset. Bowling Green's gonna win. All right, well, that's our top 25. So now we're gonna shift gears to the NFL now. Dolphins versus the Bills. Who you got in that game?
Oh, this is a game not much people are going to be watching based on the fact that they both teams suck. But I'll be going to Buffalo Bills.
You know, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins this week. Bengals versus Chiefs.
I got the Bills.
I got the Bengals too. Browns versus the Cowboys.
Let's go Browns. I will be going with the Browns. I do not like Cowboys to win.
You know, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys because I really think they're gonna win this game. I just want to see how. Buccaneers and Panthers.
Let's go Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers are gonna beat the Panthers this week. Falcons at Cardinals.
I'm going to get for the Falcons to rebound against their loss to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I say the Falcons will win that game too. Eagles at the Redskins. Eagles and Redskins. My bad.
Redskins. The Eagles are just devastated this year, and I'll be going with the Redskins.
I'm going with the Redskins as well. Jaguars and Texans. I'm picking Texans to win that one.
Yeah, I'm picking the Texans.
Jets and the Rams. Who you got?
The Rams.
I'm going with the Rams as well. Packers and Lions. Who you got?
The Packers.
I'm going with the Packers as well. Saints and the Raiders. Who you got?
Let's see it like this. The Saints just came off the biggest win of the season. The Saints are going to beat the Raiders.
I'm going with the Saints as well. Chargers and Broncos.
I'll be going with the Broncos.
Colts and the Patriots. Who you got?
Patriots.
I'm going with the Patriots as well. Steelers versus the Ravens.
The Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens as well. Bears and the 49ers. Who you got?
I got the Bears.
I got the Bears as well. I have no idea. Yeah, it's not working right.
Is it on? Is it on? We need more for a minute.
Okay. Well, that is all we got for this week for the Fishbowl Radio. And we'll do another podcast probably next Thursday. Hope y'all join us live. This is the Fishbowl Radio.
What's wrong with you?